Morning. I'm Rob Golding, CEO of Rodeo Austin, and I'd like to welcome you all to this press conference. I'd like to start with just a couple of thank yous and welcomes for this morning. I'd like to introduce a couple of special guests and thank them for being here. Judge Sarah Eckhart is on her way. She was delayed slightly. She'll probably be bicycling up here in just a minute. Travis County Precinct Commissioner Jeff Travillian, Precinct 1, thank you for being here, Jeff. We're standing in his precinct. Travis County Commissioners Bridget Shea, Gerald Doherty, and Margaret Gomez were not able to attend, but I appreciate their support. You'll hear more about that in a moment. I'd like to thank Nelson Lender for being here, President of the Austin NAACP. Lindell Harrell is here with us today. Lindell's representing the Travis County Youth Show. Thank you for being here, Lindell. We appreciate it. Lance Lively is here. Thank you, Lance. Lance heads our Expo PAC. He is the president of the Energize the Expo PAC. So thanks, Lance, for being here as well. This morning, we're going to go through, and I'm going to ask Commissioner Travillian to say a few words and the judge when she arrives. But I'd like to just start with a couple of quick comments about why Rodeo Austin is supporting Travis County Prop A and our position on this initiative. Very specifically, I'm here today to ask the citizens and the voters specifically in Travis County to imagine more. We're holding this press conference in this location, smack dab in the middle of East Austin and Eastern Travis County, where we can look at the Travis County Expo Center. And I want to tell you a little bit about what Rodeo Austin does throughout the year. Last year, Rodeo Austin generated $2.3 million in scholarships and awards to the area youth. I'd like you to imagine more than that. The annual economic impact of our 2 weeks of rodeo in the year had an economic impact of $77 million in the city of Austin. And I'd like to ask you to imagine more than that. 1,100 volunteers participate in Rodeo Austin's activities throughout the year. Those are people from throughout Travis County, the city of Austin, and in fact surrounding counties and communities. And I imagine more than that. In 2019, Rodeo Austin had over 290,000 visitors in the month of March come participate in events right there at the Travis County Expo Center. And I can imagine more than that. Your support of Travis County Proposition A on the November ballot will mean more scholarship money, more economic progress for Austin and the eastern portion of Travis County, more jobs in our economy, and more events at a renovated and redeveloped Travis County Expo Center. Most important, all of this can be done without a single cent in new taxes. A yes on Travis County Proposition A will redirect 2 cents in hotel occupancy tax, which is already being collected, and redirect those funds to the revitalization and rebuilding of the Travis County Expo Center facilities. We will rebuild the Expo Center with taxes paid by tourists and visitors to Austin and to Travis County, and that will benefit all of us in Travis County. We can create a bigger, better Expo Center, a bigger and better set of facilities to operate in, and all of that will be done at the expense and on the backs of tourists and visitors to Travis County. The urban center is scheduled, as you all know, to be demolished in the next couple of years. Austin needs a bigger and better indoor music venue. We hope that Travis County Expo Center is the site of that, and we hope to fill the gap as the Irwin Center is demolished. A redeveloped Expo Center can host events throughout the year and attract larger events, which will drive job growth in this area, improve community services in this area, and create opportunities right here in East Austin and eastern Travis County. A redeveloped expo center will stimulate real economic growth with new jobs in construction, in the trades, in service centers, and at all levels and in all walks of life. I believe personally that a yes in November on Travis County Prop A is a long overdue economic shot in the arm for East Austin and eastern Travis County. And a yes on Travis County Prop A will expand our impact on the young people of the state of Texas. More money is going to be available to be generated for college scholarship, so children who come from families of modest means have a chance to realize their dreams and pursue opportunities that we've had the chance to pursue. Every member of the Travis County Commissioners Court has endorsed Travis County A. They know that we have to invest in the future, that we have to invest in the kids who are the next generation of our community, and our future, everybody here's future, depends on the next generation. So this investment is long overdue, well recognized, and well deserved. Personally, I believe that we have to invest in the next generation, and we have to invest in our own economic prosperity. If we talk about it and don't do anything about it, we continue down the same path we've been on for the last 20 or 30 years in these facilities. This is an opportunity for us to really put into action something that has been talked about for a long time and nothing's been done. We have to do more than just imagine. We have to do something positive and creative, and we have the opportunity to do that on November 5th with a yes on Travis County Prop A. So I appreciate the press being here. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you, and hope that you will encourage your friends and family to get out in November or earlier and vote yes on Travis County Prop A. So I'd like to take a moment and introduce Jeff Travillian, who I've had the pleasure of working with for the last 3 years since I've been at Rodeo Austin. He is our precinct commissioner and a big fan of Rodeo Austin and a big supporter of the Expo Center, who has a few comments for us. Jeff.
Thank you, thank you. Always makes me nervous when you clap before I talk, but we'll try to work through it. I'm so proud to work with Rodeo Austin because of what it has built in this community. You know, when you come here and you come to a livestock show, or when you come here and you come to the rodeo, what you see is grandparents with their kids and with their grandkids that are enjoying family entertainment. What you see really behind you is a community center. It's where we come together to share our values, to share our culture, to be a part of a neighborhood. When you look to our right, you see Colony Park. When I talked to Barbara Scott, the president of the neighborhood association there, what she tells me is when her kids are out for spring break and the rodeo is here and they need activities to participate in, all they have to do is make one call. And when they identify children who want to come, when they identify kids who can't afford to come, all they have to do is call the rodeo, and they're given the opportunity to participate in all of the functions that occur there. I've had an opportunity to be a part of scholarship sessions where over, $400,000, $500,000 worth of scholarships at a time given to kids from this area. When we look at the high price of public education, the high price of higher education, it's important to have community groups that give back to the kids who are trying to do the right thing the right way. What we're trying to do is create a culture here, a culture of involvement, because what we know is our children who are engaged in community activities, our kids who are involved in after-school programs, our kids who are engaged over the summer are not our kids that are getting in trouble. They're our kids that are going on to achieve great things in this community. It takes public-private partnerships to get that done, and Rodeo Austin could not be a better partner. When I came into office, what we wanted to focus on was access to transportation, access to health care, and youth development. When you look at this site, what I hope you see is a potential place for a park and ride. It's almost the epicenter of the region. When you look at Pflugerville, it's 20-minute ride down the road. Maynard's a 10-minute ride down the road. Del Valle is even closer. You know, if I'm trying to get people to take public transportation, you know, if I tell them, well, look, if you ride in your car for 20 minutes and it might take you an hour to get downtown, I'm not going to get out of my car for that. But if I can go to a place and we can build the high capacity lanes that are necessary to make this a 20-minute ride downtown, I think that we get people out of cars and we achieve a public purpose that is really important for us. You know, this is one of the areas when you look around us, we have worked with other community partners like Mobile Loaves and Fishers. What you see up the road within the next year or so is a clinic that Travis County worked with Mobile Loaves and Fishers to create. We are building partnerships in this region with people who provide services and need more places for family-friendly entertainment and more opportunities to continue to build community. Also, when we talk about youth development, we are talking about building jobs. We are talking about how we're going to do the things that make it possible for kids to get access. The partnership that we're building with Rodeo Austin will begin to build that access and will provide a number of things for this community. What we know is Rodeo Austin has made an extraordinary effort to reach out to the area and to make sure that community folks are being talked to regularly and that we're trying to bring the things here that ultimately mean community. Now, the reason that I support Prop A, and there are a number of reasons, but the primary reason is it just makes sense to build infrastructure across the community. It makes sense because this is an area where a lot of people who can't afford to live in Austin anymore are being displaced too. You know, when you look at what's going on, downtown, what we have to recognize is this. As it relates to this ballot, we will not be able to use the 2% resources until we actually go to the voters and ask them to do so. And I ask you one simple question. For helping to build the infrastructure that's necessary out here, would you rather use hotel taxes or would you rather use ad valorem taxes? It's a simple choice in my mind. It is going to be important to bring hot taxes here so that we can use our ad valorem taxes for other things. It is a practical thing. Judge, good to see. Good to see. It's a very practical thing. We're trying to say a couple of things. You know, all of Austin does not live downtown. In fact, most of Austin does not live downtown. We need to bring resources to the people across the city, and we need to approach the problem solving that we do from a regional perspective. It only makes sense, it is only practical to make sure that we put the resources where the people are, to make sure that we partner with community groups that are really going to build a community here, and then to understand where and how our community is growing. We have been working with business leaders in the community. We have been building plans so that we can continue to work together and do the types of things that are going to be necessary to make this a place that we all want to live. We want you to be a part of that, and we want to make sure that you know that there's a lot at stake on this ballot. But what is most important is that we do the things that are necessary to provide safe, pleasant entertainment for our families. Now I'm going to take a little personal privilege and introduce our county judge. Our county judge has been instrumental in focusing strategically on the types of things that will really build the entire county and really understand what the role of this county is in the region. She has taken bold steps. She has not been bashful. She's not afraid to speak truth to power. So and I tell you what, she has been a pleasure to work with, and I look forward to working with her as we continue to build community all across Austin and all across Travis County. So I know she doesn't need to be introduced to most, but come forward, please, Judge.
Thanks so much for your kind words, Jeff. It's so great to have Commissioner Travillian as a partner in building prosperity throughout Travis County. Prosperity has a tendency to pool around prosperity. And one of the roles of government is to make sure that we spread the wealth, that we make sure that prosperity is available within reach of everybody who has helped build this prosperity. So that's why it is with great pleasure we put this Proposition A, Travis County's Proposition A for the Exposition Center, on the ballot this November. Plainly speaking, Travis County's Proposition A for the Exposition Center gives Travis County first dibs on just 2% of a hotel occupancy tax, specifically to expand and modernize the Exposition Center. It gives us first dibs on a 2% hotel occupancy tax if and when the city of Austin is no longer using it. Currently, that 2%, along with another 7%, actually now a 9%, is entirely dedicated to the Central Business District, the downtown area. We're suggesting with Prop A that should just 2% of that become available, that Travis County gets first dibs to utilize it on the only other event center of this size outside the downtown area, which is the Exposition Center. The Exposition Center is 30 years old. It is the traditional home of the Star of Texas Fair and Rodeo. We are proud partners. Travis County is a proud partner with the rodeo in preserving our cultural heritage and in providing tremendous scholarships to needy Texas high school students who seek to go to college at Texas schools. It's been a great partnership. And in addition to the rodeo, Travis County also hosts at the Exposition Center banquets, concerts, special events, conferences, fun runs. Throughout the year, hundreds of thousands of people visit the Exposition Center from all around the Austin area, which has more than tripled in population since the Exposition Center first started. We are really struggling to meet the demands and the expectations of the visitors of the Exposition Center in its current state. We very, very much want to expand it and modernize it. The Exposition Center sits on 176 acres that's owned by the city of Austin, which is part of a larger, more than 3,000 acre parcel that the city of Austin owns around Walter E. Long Lake. This is a tremendous opportunity for our community to take the event center, the only one of its size outside of the downtown area, and continue it as a real jewel, a real attractor that brings in visitors from all over for the Austin and Travis County experience. For the Austin and Travis County experience that preserves our cultural heritage, our agricultural heritage, and our sense of fun and community, our sense of celebrating, so that we can continue to share with all of our neighbors around us this tremendous light that is the Exposition Center, that is Rodeo Austin, and so many other events that people have come to associate with Travis County and with Austin. So I am so excited about this proposition. I very much hope that people will come out and focus some light and some love on our exposition center. It deserves it. It gives so much love to the community. It's time to give some love back to it. Thanks so much. Oh, and this is even more pleasurable because I get to introduce Nelson Linder, who has been a tremendous advocate for Austin and for Travis County, and most specifically for populations of Austin and Travis County that really have built the prosperity of this region. Truly, it is a great pleasure to introduce Nelson Linder.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me first say I endorse everything that's been said so far. And also, it's an honor to be here today for several reasons. When you talk in this city and this county about opportunity and about equity, we don't see very much of it. We see a lot of conversations, a lot of meetings, but very seldom we see an effort that's addressing the very things that we talk about. This area has tremendous potential. 969, Austin Colony, but it's long been underserved. Everybody knows that. So I want to commend the Commissioner's Court, Rodeo Austin, for this gallant effort, and also talk about NACP, what we see in this city. We've argued for years that this is a great city. There's enough for everyone in the city. That's not the reality. This is an example where this city and county can, and the voters, of course, can say, look, here's what we want to do in this community. We want to make sure that kids have solid education, good paying jobs, infrastructure development, which attracts all those things. So this is a real-time, real-life situation that we can embrace and say, here we go. The Eastern Crescent also has opportunities. We're finally putting our money where our mouth is, because Austin takes it belongs to everybody, not just the rich, but also those who don't have opportunities. I can say that Judge Eckhart and Commissioner Travillian have been longtime friends of mine, and I can tell you they're doing this for the right reasons. So I'm honored to say to the entire city and county, it's about time. It's about time that we begin to look at this area, work on this infrastructure, to make sure that when you say the Eastern Crescent, it's not about desolation, deprivation, and destitution. It's about also opportunity for folks to have good schools, well-paying jobs, clean and safe streets, but also to have a future. And I maintain when people like you make these kind of giant steps to say we care about those who don't have, who should have, it sends a very powerful signal to other folks as well who believe in humanity. They say we can do the same thing. So I'm suggesting that you're leaders, you're pioneers in this area. And I know for a fact, once you do something good and great for the right reasons, others will follow. I'm excited. For once, I'm encouraged. And I'm enthusiastic. I want to tell the voters, ask the voters, please make your voice count in this kind of situation, because there's so much at stake here. In fact, so much at stake, you can actually change the equation and the dialogue in this entire city. Because right now, the Eastern Crescent is on the map. When we get this done, and we will get this done, lights are going to shine all over. And folks are going to begin to invest in this area the right way to develop opportunities for folks who deserve so. So I want to thank you for the work you've done, for the opposition you have encountered, for the opposition you're going to overcome. And I'm going to be right there with you, my entire organization, side by side, saying, here we go. This is what equity is. It's not a conversation or a meeting. It's a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nelson. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nelson. I'd like to recognize a couple of other people who have arrived and participated in this conference. First of all, Rich Elsasser. Thank you, Rich, for being here. Rich is the Executive Director of Region 13 Educational Service Center, only about a mile and a half from here on Springdale Road. Rodeo Austin and Region 13 are really excited. We're about to announce a partnership that will be focused on ag mechanics, ag technology, and ag education through our high schools and lead to job force development, job skill training, hopefully a significant contribution to our community. Rich and the leadership at Region 13 represent 100 school districts, independent school districts, charter schools, and private schools throughout our area. And we're really excited about that opportunity. We're looking forward to it. They're going to participate in March with us in our very first Ag Mechanics contest, which will be tied to Barbecue Austin. The first week as Rodeo Austin events in March get going, and leading up to the kickoff of Rodeo on March 14th. Thank you, Rich, for being here. We're really excited about the partnership and taking what we do in scholarships and funding tuition assistance and beginning to implement that at a high school level throughout our community. It's a really exciting part of what we're going to get a chance to do, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Rich, for being here. Sorry, Nolan. We're outside. I'd also like to thank Kay Matsumoto. Kay, thank you very much for being here. This is exactly the reason we're all here. Kay is a Rodeo of Austin scholar. She attended Manor New Tech High School, graduated from that high school, is now attending University of Texas in Austin. She received a $16,000 scholarship from Rodeo Austin. And although she wasn't eager to get up and make any comments today, I appreciate your being here, Kay. She shared with us the following comment. This scholarship will allow me to focus more time on studying. I wish my kids would have said that. Less time on working and worrying about debt. Thank you for your endless support. That's why we do what we do. Thanks, Kay. I'd also like to thank a couple of people who have been good friends of Rodeo Austin over the years, who have just recently agreed to come out publicly in support of Travis County Proposition A. Nolan Ryan, who has been a great friend of Rodeo Austin, he and the Ryan family have supported our efforts since it was the Travis County Livestock Show and Rodeo, and then Star of Texas Fair and Rodeo, and now Rodeo Austin. So Nolan has been very helpful, and he and his family have been supportive and come to Rodeo. He's agreed to endorse Travis County Prop A and be involved as we see a redevelopment of the Expo Center, so I'd like to thank him publicly. Also, Kevin Fowler, who's a great friend of Rodeo Austin, for the last several years has closed Rodeo Austin's 14-day run in March. Kevin's a lot of fun. He's a great guy. He's part of our community. He epitomizes the energy that we're trying to bring back to the Expo Center. So we want to thank Kevin for coming out publicly and endorsing Travis County.